Lisowski breaking off. What a performance that he exhibited for us last night in defeating John Higgins. Delighted to have alongside me Lee Walker for this one. This could be a fantastic final, couldn't it be, Lee?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dom. Yeah, both players in fantastic form. And let's hope they can keep it up and we can get a great final.
Jack, of course, attempted the long red there, but beg your pardon, Barry Hawkins, but no obvious harm done by missing it. The blue is covering the red that's in bulk. And because Barry can't see that red, he doesn't have an easy safety shot to play here. I beg your pardon, Jack Lisowski. I'll get the names right in a minute. This can always make for an awkward frame whenever a red is in bulk, although Barry can play that red out of bulk now because he can get through to it. He could even attempt it if he wished, but that would be pushing the boat out.
Yeah, I was in the practice room earlier this morning when Barry walked in. First few shots he played this morning, he was in quite a bit of discomfort with his back, so hopefully it will have loosened up a little bit now. Certainly looks all right from that shot, Don.
Well, I suggested that might be pushing the boat out to attempt the red, and you can see why potentially would have left a red on, but with the black being tied up, Barry obviously thought that it was worth a risk, and how beautifully he cued it. Both these players do cue the ball absolutely beautifully, it has to be said. Differing cue actions, but the actual strike of the ball is beautiful in both cases. So Barry in first here, but as I say, the black being tied up doesn't make for an easy break, but he has the chance potentially here to pop the red just to the left of the black and cannon that other red away from it, because I don't think the black will pot into the right corner as it is.
To nudge the black, put it onto this right hand black pocket, but this is certainly a tough shot. That's beautifully played.
Just wondering, Lee, if the black will re-spot or whether it has to go on up on the yellow spot, and if it does, and indeed so, Ben Williams, our officiator here for the first session, placing the black on the yellow spot. Now, does the black
14.
pass the yellow, or is it completely tied up for now? You can see there, Barry's highest break of the Welsh Open this year, 108. That's considerably low, really, when you consider he's in the final of the event. You'd have expected him to have made a higher century than that, and you'd have expected him to have made more than one century as well. But I think
15.
that's just testament to his style of play and how effective he is with what he does. He was certainly on the back foot against Neil Robertson in terms of break building, but somehow managed to win that match.
Yeah, he played an excellent positional shot from the red to get on the black, so black back on the spot.
22.
He's turned this in
23.
to a decent chance now. When he came to the table, didn't look like there was anything on. Not got the greatest of angles on this black though.
Lots of backspin left-hand side on the cue ball to try to get position on this red.
30.
He is on it, but he's much lower on it than he wanted to be, so it's a thin cutback now, and that means the cue ball will be cannoning into other reds, so no guarantee of position.
33.
Played it okay. He's probably hoping to be on the pink there, but he is on the black, but it's a very tricky pot this, and he's brought reds into play, so there's pressure on it.
Yeah, and if he gets this, this could be a frame winner. Yes, he just lost the cue ball. He might be okay. Might have a red
38.
to the right centre pocket. Yeah, nicely
39.
played. Fabulous chance now to go on and take this opening frame.
Yes, this is a very impressive start from Barry Hawkins. They have played 7 times. Barry has won 5 of those 7 meetings, but they've only played once since 2017, and Barry won that encounter last year when he defeated Jack
44.
Lisowski there 6-4 in the international championships.
$45.
If you look at Barry's cue action, Dom, there's not really much that can go wrong with it, is there? He does the same thing every single shot. Stands behind the shot, steps in, points the tip, 2 feathers, back, pause, strikes the ball. Exactly the same every single shot he plays.
Yes, and he does something that isn't really written
50.
about in the textbooks as regards snooker technique, but he lowers the top of his arm whilst cueing, and that keeps a very
51.
flat trajectory of the cue as it goes backwards and forwards, so it doesn't lift the butt of the cue in the air like a lot of the players from the 80s would do. You'll see the motion of the cue action here. It's very flat and level, and you can see the top of his arm. It lowers as he brings the cue backwards. John Higgins would do that. Peter Ebdon used to do it. A lot of players do it because players
58.
these days like to try and achieve that flat cue action.
59.
But this is the perfect start, isn't it, Lee, from Barry Hawkins? It's a very quick start, this.
Yeah, I'm sure when Jack Lisowski left the table, he wasn't expecting it to be his last shot in the frame, but he certainly will be now.
65. $66.
So frame time not even at the 9-minute mark. And if Barry can pot this pink, pot this black, should seal this opening frame.
$73.
So 73 in front, only 67 remaining. Great chance now,
74.
like you said, Dom. Highest break 108 in this tournament. Excellent chance to beat it, yeah.
$81. $82.
I think one of Barry's greatest attributes has always been his temperament. Very approachable person. Very generous person.
89.
I think it shows in his play as well.
Yeah,
90.
I don't really know any player on tour that would say they don't like Barry Hawkins, I think, Dom.
No, and he's fairly quiet and unassuming as well. You know, he sort of slips under the radar a little bit sometimes. You don't really notice him until he's in the latter half of an event, and then of
97.
course it comes to prominence when he's on the main table.
$98.
So, black for the century. What a start this is from Barry Hawkins. Fabulous.
$105.
Yes, very salient advice there from the darling of Dublin. Lovely to see a vase of daffodils there on the table as well. I have to say, one of my very favourite blooms. A very happy St David's Day to one and all. Good break-off shot there from Barry, and appears to have snookered Jack on all reds. Not quite the start this that Jack Lisowski was hoping for or expecting.
Touching ball.
So, touching ball. Could possibly play away here, but doesn't want to leave the red that's closest to the right-hand black pocket. That's why he's just decided to roll the ball towards the black cushion. Chance now for Barry to get the cue ball into baulk, get Jack in a bit of trouble. Well, how has that stayed out, Dom?
Well, it looks as though it's defying gravity. It looks as though there's more ball over the slate than there is on the slate. Look at that. You can't believe that that cue ball's above ground, as it were.
Yeah, that was very well played from Jack Lisowski. It's very awkward cueing out of the pocket like he was then. Actually potted a red last night, Dom, didn't he, into the yellow bag from the jaws of the right-hand black pocket. Incredible shot.
Yes, and I think Jack Lisowski would have been one of the very few players that would have even considered taking it on, but such as his potting prowess, it looked makeable to him, and he proved that it was. Now this is an interesting safety exchange now, because these reds are spread far and wide. Although the black is a little tied up, pink is an open play, and there'll be a lot of pressure now on this safety return of Barry Hawkins.
Yeah, that was an excellent safety from Jack. Oh, that's a superb return from Barry. Brilliant shot. Little tap on the table from Jack. And that's three excellent safety shots.
And he stayed right down on that shot until that cue ball struck the object ball. And that's a great thing as well about both of these players. Have wonderful techniques. There are no eccentricities at all within those techniques. Hardly surprising there. very consistent players. Ray Hawkins turned pro back in 1996. He's made 521 career centuries. 46 years old now, the man from Ditton. And Jack, who lives near me in Cheltenham, Churchdown, 34 years old. And finally he won his first ranking event just a couple of months or so ago in the Northern Ireland Open. And if he wins this, well, you could say it'd be like London buses, two come along at once.
Another very good safety from Barry. Jack just coming and having around to have a look if he wants to leave the cue ball close to this right-hand black pocket. Would he leave anything?
Foul. Barry Hawkins full.
Just slight misjudgment. So looks like Barry's lining up this long red. Played with an element of safety in mind, but the red has come back down. This first chance for Jack Lisowski.
Just potted it fractionally on the thin side, which is probably why the cue ball cannoned the red, but it's worked out okay. The black will be of a little bit of concern to Jack Lisowski, because if you were to pop the pink, that might be a little tied up. He'd love to be able to remove some of these reds away from the black spot, but they could all be covering one another. So this is not an easy break to make necessarily.
7.
Yeah, a little bit short on the blue. Wanted to be top side to make it nice and easy to go back down towards the reds. Needs the cue ball to go. Well, I think he's just about okay.
12.
And so handy, Dominic,
13.
to be able to do that net swap hands. Haven't got to use the rest.
Yeah, and that was a power shot as well. That's difficult to do. You could see that he has a shorter cue action when he plays with his opposite hand, but obviously cued it very straight. Oh, that wasn't the cleanest pot, but with this new cloth, perhaps the pockets are playing just a fraction more generously than they have been. But he doesn't have the best angle on this red now to the left corner. Black isn't available into the same pocket. Can't play for that. Blue would pot there, but there's a red blocking the potting angle. So he's got to do a lot of work here with the cue ball, and I think that's why he's chosen instead to play this other red to the right corner. So he'll be looking to screw back for the pink to the left centre here, I feel.
Thank you. 20.
Yeah, again, just the wrong side. No, he's played that nicely though.
26.
There we see
27.
Jack's run to the final. 3-1 down against Zhao Guodong in round 2. Great game against Jackson Page in the last 16. Stuart Bingham in the quarterfinal, had fantastic victory last night over John Higgins. Must be said, Dom, both players look to be hitting the ball really well, don't they?
29.
Yes, absolutely. And I think now that Jack has won that Bet Victor bonus, that's out the way. The fact that he's won a ranking
30.
title after 6 defeats in finals is out the way. So I think now he has a better chance of winning this than he might have done had he not won the Northern Ireland Trophy, perhaps. I think had the blue spot not been occupied, he'd probably play the blue.
Yeah, I think he was just a little bit straight on that blue, which made it a little bit awkward. But again, it's an excellent positional shot.
37.
Made some fantastic breaks last night, and this is another one. Played some lovely positional shots.
$42.
So this is going to be the last, I think, of the loose red. So when he pots this red, he's going to need a good angle.
$43.
Just depends what angle he's got on this blue. Doesn't want to be straight. Yeah, it was always going to be difficult.
48.
Trying to screw into those reds to push one towards the right-hand black pocket. It's going to be end of break, but very nice 48 break. He's got a 44-point lead.
Jack Lisowski. 48.
Jack didn't really want to play off that red for fear of bringing it into play with the lead that he has. He wanted it on the cushion, but Barry can remove it anyway now. Little clip off the brown may not be a bad thing. And Jack needs to be careful here that he doesn't push a red towards a corner pocket. Immediately coming around this end of the table to see that if he plays the red just to the left of the black, whether he can bring the black into play. Just making sure that the red wouldn't plant the black into the pocket. And he may try to get the cube in behind the brown here.
He has left a pot for Jack, but surely with the cue ball going into the reds, well, he did take it on. What a shot. Thought that may have been too risky, but fantastic pot. A little bit unlucky, Dom, that's to be said.
Yes, he really is. He didn't have the easiest of safeties to play. And he backed himself to knock the red in. Problem is, he has brought reds into play, and of course that one near the left-hand corner, he's got to make sure that he doesn't leave that on for Barry Hawkins. He may just tap up to the blue. I mean, if he was to tap up high side on the blue very delicately, he could actually snooker Barry Hawkins, but it wouldn't be an easy shot to play.
Brilliant. Again, backing himself
7.
with the pot in. Could have played the shot Dominic said. Fabulous long pink.
8.
Should now go on to take this second frame.
I have to say, Lee, the way he played against John Higgins in the second part of that match and the way he's begun here does suggest to me that he's
13.
playing with the freedom of somebody who's no longer searching for his first ever ranking title.
14.
Well, he's just lost the cue ball there. 58 points in front. Still 59 remaining. Yeah, I think he was a little bit disappointed with the way he played in the first 4 frames yesterday
Pink ball.
against John Higgins. Pink is there. Yeah, he's definitely seemed to be playing with a lovely freedom, Dominic, doesn't he?
He really is. And it's pots like this, and the fact that he even goes for some of these pots that can frighten you to death sometimes. I mean, he completely annihilated John upon the resumption of their match when the second half of the match began. After the interval, he made
Jack
3
Lisowski,
big breaks.
20.
John didn't pot a ball in 3 consecutive frames. Very few people can do that to somebody of John Higgins' ilk. So he's 64 ahead, just 59 remain, 2 snookers required. Members of the audience are amused by something, I've no idea what.
Maybe it's his jacket, Dom.
Fortunately for everybody, it's out of vision. Well, chance for Barry to pot the red, but he can't play for the black, it's not available. But it could be worth playing up for the pink. Barry could conceivably leave a very thin cut on the black, but it'd be more missable than potable. Oh, he's taken this, he can get through to this. Now that does make a difference, he can play for the black now. Oh, he's missed the pot. And he has a look at Jack Lisowski, and he accepts the concession, so that well, I always say, well, all commentators say it, don't they, that you never settle down until you can get your side of the scoreboard moving, and now it's 1-1. I think we really set up now for an intriguing final. 8 frames to be played in this afternoon's session. They'll be going off for a mid-session interval after 4 frames. Around 15 minutes or so, and then they'll play another 4 frames before the evening session begins later on.
Another packed house here today. Crowds have been absolutely fantastic all week, from Monday morning to the final. So, first ball that Jack has gone for and missed. Has he left anything for Barry Hawkins?
Pity, isn't it, that so early on in these frames, the black seems to become tied up.
Attempt at the red to the bottom left-hand pocket, but Barry, more importantly, played the cue ball to the ball cushion. Jack just having a look at the possibility of, can he pot that red next to the pink?
I've got to ask you something here, Lee, while we enjoy this tactical exchange. Did you know that your charge, Mark Williams, had a fear of tea bags?
I did. Yes. And I'm sure he's absolutely delighted that his secret is out.
Made the tabloids, did it not?
It did. So not such a good safety this time from Barry. He has left the red for Jack.
If Jack takes this on, Lee, do you think he might try to cannon the black into a possible position? Because I think if the black were available, he'd definitely take the red on. He tried to bring the black into play, and he has. Another superb shot from Jack Lisowski. The only problem is, if he pops the black, it may be immediately tied up again if it spots between those 2 reds.
Yeah, it was another superb long red. Just seeing if the black will spot. If not, it'll go up on the green spot.
8. Nine.
Again, struck that one beautifully.
I think coming into this final today, he would have learnt a lot from the way he felt and the way he
15.
played in those first 4 frames in last night's semi-final encounter against John Higgins, and obviously have been keen not to repeat that. And he's playing pretty much now the way he left
16.
off in that match with John Higgins, taking his pots on, getting them, scoring, and looking very dangerous.
$18. $19.
Again, that's a beautiful strike. Strikes those shots so well, Dominic, doesn't he?
Yes, it's the way he strikes the ball, the way he goes right through the cue ball, and it's easy to say this. It's quite obvious that he's as close to being a left-handed version of Ronnie O'Sullivan, the way he strikes the ball and times it, that any other player is. Don't know whether he ever modelled his game on Ronnie O'Sullivan, but there are very big similarities between the two players.
25.
I wonder if Jack will stand up for the black now, because it spots free and clear, and it will be always handy to have the black on its spot
31.
when the red's around it.
32.
Played it nicely. Has a choice of loose reds either side of the pink.
$39. 40.
So, last of the easy reds.
47.
So, I'd like to get a nice angle here on the black. Could have
47.
just done with that cue ball running on a little bit further. And just because it didn't run that little bit further,
Jack Lisowski,
made that
47.
shot just that little bit more difficult, and it's cost him the black. Still expected him to get it, but just wanted that cue ball, just run that little bit further. Would have made that shot a lot easier. He has left the red, I think, to the right-hand centre pocket. Barry can get on the black from this. Didn't think he'd miss that one.
Well, it's coming up to half an hour since he last potted a ball, Barry Hawkins. I think that could have been the reason there. He's just been kept a little bit cold. Wasn't absolutely straightforward, as you say, Lee, but you expected him to get it. Pink is blocking the red to the right centre, but this is a cuttable red, but tricky. Oh, overcut it. Now that will disappoint Jack. That was a chance to put paid to any hopes of Barry Hawkins winning this third frame, but he's right in now. Colours are in great positions. The reds are pretty good as well.
Yeah, these middle pockets on the start tables, very, very tight indeed. That may have looked not too difficult, but that was very difficult red.
Wow.
Let's give him Barry a chance. 46 points behind. Chance to get right back in this frame.
I think some players would, I know it might seem a bit bizarre, but if you could play the yellow and cannon the 3 reds together near the pink spot, you'd be guaranteed to be on a red to the centre pocket, and you bring those awkward reds into play. Barry hasn't done that.
3.
Both these players, of course, left-handed, so Barry can reach this okay. But he may just screw back for the blue now to play that cannon that I previously suggested.
4.
Just delicately into those 3 reds. He should be on a red to the left centre as a fail-safe.
Nine.
Chose not to play it. So, still got a couple of loose reds. Could possibly the left-hand red of those 3 bottom one could possibly go to the left-hand middle pocket. Yeah, played that nicely.
17.
Yeah, and that's what Barry's coming round to have a look at here. Just to see if that red does go to the left-hand middle pocket.
Thank you.
I'm still
18.
surprised he didn't play the cannon. Because he played delicate cannon into 3 reds. You're almost certain to be on one of those 3 reds, but as I say, if you weren't, you had the red to the centre. Let's see what he does here. As you say, that red probably does pop to the left centre. But intrinsically, it's a missable pot. It's not an easy one, this. But, you know, if he can make it, he will bring the other 2 reds into play.
25.
Yeah, big shot this one. Like Dominic said, if he can pot this red, we'll bring the other 2 reds into play as well. He's got it.
26.
Great chance now for Barry Hawkins to pinch this 3rd frame.
$33. 34.
Jack Lisowski has made breaks of 47 and 48. The 48 in the previous frame was a well-made break, and it was a catalyst really to him winning the frame comfortably enough. But Barry probably outscoring Jack Lisowski at the moment. That century in frame 1. He's already on 41 here.
42.
Can't see any obvious problems here for Barry. In terms of winning the frame at this visit, the green is a little awkward perhaps.
Yeah, I think that's all Jack's really got. As if yellow to green or green to brown go wrong.
$49.
He's played that nicely. I think he's just about got enough angle to play off the cushion for the brown. Just stun this back off the side cushion. Yeah, no problem. So 5 points in front.
52.
Brown and blue Would put him 14 in front with only 13 available.
$56.
Jack looking rather ponderous now. He knows his opponent's playing well. The pink goes in. I don't think Barry will bother with the black. Yes, this is the last frame before the mid-session interval. Can Barry Hawkins take an early advantage and keep the pressure on Jack Lisowski? Had to play that with a lot of check side. You could see the cue ball react there when it struck the top cushion. It moved towards the yellow. You'll see it here. Cue ball coming down in pretty much a straight line, but now watch it. It just turns left as we look there. That's a check side on the cue ball, and that always makes the pot more difficult.
Yeah, that would have made that shot a lot more difficult. He has left. Possible red for Barry into the right-hand black pocket. Just depends the angle that he's got. Could try to screw into the red that's closest to the pink. Try to get on the pink into the right-hand middle. Oh, beautifully played. Still not easy though. Just coming around to see if he could possibly get on the red to the left of the black. That's another excellent shot from Barry Hawkins.
What a beautifully controlled pot and positional shot that was from Barry. I can drop the red in. He can play for the black if he wants to. Just depends if the red that's above the black is occupying its spot. I'm certain that it is. And that's the reason Barry doesn't want to pot the black at this stage. He wants to pot the red first and then pot the black.
$11. $12.
Yeah, it just depends now if he's... Looks like he's got that angle on the pink to play for the red that Dominic was talking about. You can pot this red, get on the black. That will get the black
18.
back on its spot and in the open.
$19.
Now all the reds in that little group below the pink and the ones just below the group are not easy to get onto. They all seem to be in one another's way. I don't know if the two reds above this black are a plant possibly for the left corner. They're having to do a lot of work with the cue ball here Too much side on the cue ball has left him further away from this red to the right corner than intended.
26.
He's now looking to see if the red in bulk is available. That plant could be made very easily, actually. But I don't think Barry played for this red.
$27.
Yeah, it was a nicely played shot from Barry.
29. Thank you. 30.
Yeah, just looking if he could stun into the reds, the cluster of 4 reds. If he could stun into those, could open a couple up. There's a shot. He's played it very well. That could be a frame winner.
37.
Impressive stuff, Dom.
Yes, he looks very calm, very in control of his emotions, Barry Hawkins. He's very focused. Doesn't appear to be under any pressure at all. Very happy with his form, his game, everything. It's all coming together nicely at the moment for Barry Hawkins.
38.
Very capable break builder when he's at his best, and he's one of the best long potters as well when he's cueing well. Now, can he just pot this red to the right corner and brush off the red next to it for
44.
position on the black?
$45.
Yeah, and he's now worked these reds into a great position. It's already 45 points in front. He'd be very disappointed if he doesn't go on and win the frame at this visit now. Again, when he came to the table, it didn't really
52.
look to be that much on. But it's a fantastic effort.
$53.
Black puts in 60 points in front.
60.
Still 75 available, but a red and one more black. Jack
61.
Lisowski will need a snooker.
That's applause from our capacity audience here.
68.
Baron Mostyn there, I saw him in the front row. Enjoying this final, very keen snooker player himself, actually very knowledgeable.
$69.
It's been an impeccable performance so far from Barry Hawkins. Now can he go on to make a second century? Let's go with the one he made in frame 1. Oh, that was a fast bounce. Goodness me.
73.
There he is. Baron Mostyn doesn't have an earpiece in though. You can't hear our commentary.
74.
Oh, that's unlucky. Excellent red from Barry, but hampered on the black, it would seem. Oh, another great pot.
$81. 82. 88. 89. 94.
Well, he's so tight to the cushion, he can only drop this red in. If you play these at pace, somehow the red just always comes away from the cushion.
95.
So this black for a second century. Oh, well played. It went in. Warm applause from the capacity audience here at venue Cymru, Llandudno. But finally, he misses one with the rest. Well, it's been a superb performance in this opening session of the
He can get at least 3 of the 4. Whereas Barry trying to press on. What a wonderful start from him, and how well he's played, Darren. It's been incredible. He's certainly got his scoring boots on.
Yes, well, they were saying, wasn't they? You know, in the VT before the match started, the only thing Barry Hawkins had been struggling with was his breaks. Been struggling to score, but he found his scoring boots in them first 4 frames. 2 centuries. You can't win a final in this first session, but you can as good as lose it. So I'm with Ken on this. I think for Jack, his damage control time.
Yeah, he didn't miss a lot of balls, did he? I mean, he made a wonderful break himself and possibly should have won that 3rd frame. Oh, played that right-handed and given Barry another opportunity. And the way the balls are situated, the black pot's into the left corner, just played it right-handed. Normally pretty good. But you don't want to be affording easy chances like this, the way this man is playing.
Thank you. 1.
Cue ball will be going into the red just above it here, so he's got to try and make a little cannon here. Hold for another red. Yeah, a bit short. It's not ideal. He's got the one beneath the black into the left corner. He's also got a
8.
red possibly up into the yellow pocket. But this could have been more straightforward.
Nine.
And again, no problem. That was a lot more difficult than what it looked. On your screens it looks quite straightforward, but I can assure you
16.
that was a lot thinner than what it appeared.
17.
We talk about the interval can change things at 15 minutes. This is probably the worst thing Jack Lisowski could have done for Barry Hawkins, was allowing him with a nice easy starter to get back into his rhythm.
Yeah, just love the way Barry Hawkins, though, his positional success is up to 91% in these first 4 frames.
25.
So good, and making the breaks look very easy. You see it's up to 92 now. Jack Lisowski's
31.
positional success, 84.
$32. $39. $40.
He's still got options, a couple of loose reds before he contemplates trying to split up those 6 reds around the pink. The red that's just to the right of the pink, he may
45.
eventually, when potting that, maybe use that to try and split the reds, depending on obviously what position the cue ball is in.
46.
Yeah, now if he gets on this red, he could play into the pack. But he may play for the loose red and use that to split the pack. It's gone into the pack. Needs a bit of luck, and he hasn't got it. He's got all bad luck. The pink has gone in. Well, how unfortunate is that? Oh, but look at this. It was so unlucky. Pink went off the reds and into the right corner, and a chance for Jack Lisowski now.
One.
Yes, looked in total control. Looked like he was steaming into a 4-1 lead. All he can do now is sit in his chair. Oh, that's just, well,
Jack Lisowski.
Jack Lisowski was thrown a lifeline through no fault for Barry Hawkins. Bit of bad luck, but you can't be missing blacks like that. He has sat in his chair for most of this match so far, but he will have known that was a fantastic opportunity there to get right back into this match.
One.
Well, what a miss. And what a relief for Barry Hawkins as well. That will hurt Jack Lisowski.
Eight.
Well, it's catching. It's catching. Wow.
One.
This could prove to be a bit of a turning point in this match already. I know it's very early, but the chances that both players have had now. Very important contribution from Jack Lisowski's point of view here.
9.
Yes, couldn't agree anymore, Ken. Only saving grace for Barry Hawkins is that red on the right cushion. Just lost the cue ball a little
16.
bit there, so the one nearest the left corner is the easiest of the 2 shots available, albeit he's using the rest. I mean, you would fancy him now to take them 2 reds to the
17.
left-hand side of the table with colours, as long as he hasn't finished too straight on this pink, and he's got a nice little angle there to come on and off the cushion, back for them. Well, I'm saying a nice little angle. It's made a little bit of a mess of that
23.
one. He's such an attacking player. He's already had a little look. Surely he's not going to play the double. He's had a little look. I think it might be a little bit too far up the cush.
Might not be a bad idea to take the brown out here. Just play a safety shot, bring a red into play. And bring the brown off the cushion. He's not looking at it. Double it is, but that was asking a bit much. But it's okay. He's played
Jack
it.
Lisowski, 23.
Element of safety. Hasn't done any damage.
The shot is, isn't it, to play that red, you said, up towards the brown, but he won't want to take the brown off that side cushion. That's his saving grace in this frame for Barry Hawkins. So he's found a gap through to this red. He's just going to be pushing it the side cush. And that's just about okay.
Jack taking the opportunity to take one of those reds away from the side cushion. That brown, it's close to the left-hand side. That's a bit of sort of insurance for Barry Hawkins with a 24-point lead. Doesn't want to take this red off the left-hand side cushion. That's always. But it may be his only opportunity to get a good safety back to balk. Can't hit the right-hand side of the red that's on the black spot. This could go close to the right corner pocket here. No, he just played a containing safety shot, but he got away with it slightly. he's come up short, and what's worse for Barry, he knocked the other red off the top cushion as well, so a chance for Jack Lisowski. Lovely. Has he held the cue ball? He has. Lovely pot. Now, where does the pink go? I don't think it'll go on its spot. It'll go on the black spot, and that may hide. Well, he's going to try and brush the red away from the spot, is he? No. I think he did. Tried to. Just this pink spot. Just about.
7. Eight.
Lovely pot. I'm not sure if that red pots into the left corner. It doesn't look like it. Has he got the angle to maybe bring it into open play? There you see, it doesn't pot, so can he bring it into open play here?
Very good indeed. Could have done much better there.
14.
Still a long way from winning this frame, but he's right back in the mix. As we've said earlier, that brown, that's going to be his Achilles heel. But there are signs that Jack is starting to settle down in this final. Obviously, both have had a couple of chances this frame. Barry Hawkins has missed 2 balls that you just couldn't see with the way he's opened up in them opening 4 frames. Very important passage of play now, early on in this final.
17.
Yeah, and that brown is going to be the pivotal ball. Trying to see what sort of an angle he wants to leave himself on the green to either get right behind the brown or maybe dislodge it off the cushion. For a left-hander,
19.
it's not ideal on that side. He might have to play it right-handed. He has an angle to try and take the brown out. He's trying to take it out. Has he hit it? Oh, it was close.
22.
It was a good effort.
Jack Lisowski, 22.
Okay, only 2 points the difference. He's back in it. This is a nice angle for Barry Hawkins. Get that cue ball down behind pink and black here. Very good. Yeah, he's got him in a bit of trouble here. No problem hitting it, but does he try and nestle onto it dead weight, or does he try and hit it with pace and hope for a bit of luck? Normally he likes to just hit it with pace, I think. It's a brave shot to try and nestle on the brown. Here we go. Need a bit of luck. You need a bit of luck. Ooh. And he's got it. He's okay. Good shot. There's a chance here, Darren. He could get the cue ball behind the black, or get the brown behind the black, one or the other. And he's played it nicely. Good shot.
Listen, Barry Hawkins finds himself in a similar position now, doesn't he, too? And Jack was a couple of shots ago. Not only got it to brown, we've got to get it safe. He's got enough room just to come past the black. With loads of right-hand side. Needs a full ball contact, which he's got. He'll settle for that one. What a great replay.
Well, has it gone far enough as it has left the pot? No, it's just gone far enough. But once again, a good target behind pink and black with the cue ball. Oh, he's underhit this. He's underhit it. Too dangerous, this brown to take on. It's not a great angle. Got to get the brown safe. Watch the double kiss. Oh, double kiss is always on. Mistake. Could be costly.
Four. Nine.
Pink for a 4-1 lead for Barry Hawkins. Right in the middle of the pocket for Barry Hawkins. It was a scrappy affair.
Well, I think for Jack Lisowski, he'll be looking at worst, he's got to get out of this session 5-3 behind. Anything better than that will be a bonus. Anything worse than that, he'll have it all to do tonight. And I mean, that there was a bit of a wild hidden hope, and as it happens, he's got away with it. But there was no control in that in that last shot. Looked a little bit despondent as he was playing it. But obviously for Barry Hawkins coming out today, he'd have been looking for worst going into night at 4 each. Well, he's at 4-1 now, so everything now is a bonus.
Yeah, Barry will definitely pick up on that first shot from Jack Lisowski. He's going to try and keep it nice and tight and try and keep Jack Lisowski at length. Keep him going for those long shots, and because he knows he might lose patience. So, worst thing for Jack Lisowski is, you know, don't lose your patience. Don't try and push the boat out too far. It's a long way to go. It's first to 9. Came back so well against John Higgins before, against Gudong earlier on in the week. There's no need to press any panic buttons just yet, but it's just the way he plays. He goes for his shots. He doesn't hold back, and that's the beauty of him in his game. Here's another one. Look at this. Look at this.
Whoa.
Have a look at this. That's the way he plays. He's not holding back.
Ken got
6.
unbelievably excited in the commentary box there with that one, but it was a very well struck and well played shot. Well,
7.
I think Jack got up there. He thought he might have missed that one. But back to that red that he potted in the green pocket. Like we said, that's why he's such an exciting talent. He does go for his shots. But that one had wiped his feet. Such an exciting player, Jack Lisowski. And the other thing to remember, with the way that match went last night, winning the decider, winning the bonus and everything else,
14.
on such an high, you could see that in his interview. He's had to come out now today and do it all over again. You know, he's had a big come down from last night. It's
15.
back to square one, really. This was always going to be hard for him.
$22. $23.
Didn't hit that with enough pace. He's got a difficult blue. There's pressure on this. Oh, well played. Is he on? Oh, he's not on the red, would you believe? He hasn't hit it hard enough, and he hasn't got
28.
this red into the bottom right corner pocket. All the places to land. Wow. There's not much he can do here, even when he nestles up to the red. He's got to be careful that he doesn't leave Barry Hawkins a chance. Can he get the cue ball down behind the black?
Jack Lisowski.
Was a bit
28.
short the pace. Okay, he hasn't left anything easy. The red pots up into the yellow pocket, but I don't think Barry will be taking that red on. But chance missed for Jack Lisowski.
He's trying to get that cue ball trapped under this top cushion. Now if Barry can get through to this red, to the green pocket, we might see him have a go at this one. It wasn't an easy pot. And you'd have to say he's been a bit fortunate there, and he's got away with that one. I did expect him to make that red with the way he's been playing. But he'll be happy with the result.
He's been very fortunate there, hasn't he? Don't think he has a red to actually have a go at here. I think the red that he played is, he tried to pot, has come all the way down, has blocked this bottom right corner pocket just right at the black. Otherwise he could have had an attempt at that red into this corner. Now you see it's blocked off, so nothing you can do here, just play a little containing safety shot.
I'm sure if that cue ball was off the cushion a little bit more, Jack would be playing this red into the other one at force to move the two reds up this end of the table. But I don't think he can play that shot. He's having a good look. He won't want to just roll on to the red, but he might be forced into just playing that. But if there's any way he can move both reds here, that's the shot he'll try and play without risking losing the cue ball.
Dangerous shot though, isn't it, to take on? And particularly when you're 4-1 down. Well, maybe Barry can play the shot now. Play with a lot of pace. Knock the two reds away here. Leave the cue ball there. Yeah. Look where these reds are going, towards this bottom right corner pocket as well. But he's got the cover with the green. Good shot. Well worked out.
Yeah, that's why I thought there was value in Jack playing the same shot. Obviously he didn't feel he could get the desired outcome, but now he's in all kinds of trouble. It's going to take a good pot. This is going to have to go in. Yes, you can see a little bit of frustration there from young Jack Lisowski. He really put himself in that position by giving Barry Hawkins the advantage to play the shot that I was on about. Now what can Barry do with this opportunity?
Thank you.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're playing well, and you know, you get a little bit of the rub of the green, as Barry did earlier on when he attempted the red up into the green pocket. Could have left Jack something a little bit easier. But that's just the way it goes, swings and roundabouts. But look at the reds, how they're situated now for Barry Hawkins.
8. Nine.
Such an hard
16.
player, Barry Hawkins, when he's at the top of his game. No real weaknesses, really. Gives every shot 150%.
17.
As I said earlier, he's been struggling to score in this tournament until today. He's made a couple of great clearances when he's needed them in earlier matches. But he really has turned up today. He has applied the pressure from the word go.
24.
Yeah, it just looks so solid, doesn't he? And his scoring was improved. Positional play, which is the key, of course, to making big breaks, has improved
25.
quite considerably. There you see, positional
30.
success up to 93% now. In the semi-final, it was 91.
Thank you.
Well, is he on the black? It's very, very close to that red. Has he got enough of
31.
it? If it's touching the red, well, Ben Williams had a look. It's not touching, but maybe just enough. You always look at the player's body language and no shake of the head, straight down on it, just about. No problem. Good pot.
$38. $39.
At the moment, Barry Hawkins is feeding off Jack Lisowski's mistakes, and that's due to the pressure he's been applying. He wants that cue ball just to run, and I think that's just about okay.
46.
It's been a very well controlled performance from Barry so far. And obviously growing with confidence all the time.
Thank you. 47.
Just picking these reds off nicely.
54.
26 points in the lead now. He's going to need 3 of these reds colours. Just to make
55.
sure that this was a little bit short. Just a little bounce off that top cushion, but a little bit lower than he would have liked. He's got it, and he's got a good little kiss on the red as well, just to hold the cue ball. Played that beautifully.
62. $63.
So this is the shot really, this black. I think this is Jack Lisowski's last chance in this frame. And he's found the middle of the pocket.
70.
So this red in the middle. Jack will require snookers. Barry Hawkins then will be concentrating on trying to get his 3rd century of this match.
71.
No heroics for that last red, he just made sure of it. So I think it's fair to
76.
say that even if Barry misses this red, Jack Lisowski will not come back to the table.
Thank you. Barry Hawkins, 74.
Yeah, interesting analysis from both Rhiannon and Lee in the studio. And I think they're right. Jack can't afford to get too down on himself, too disappointed. Just ran out. Yeah. He's got to keep believing the way he plays. I mean, you know, with Darren, he could win frames in like,
Hawkins 1.
you know, 6, 7, 8 minutes. So if he gets a chance, which he's still playing well, he's just a couple of things have just gone against him. When he potted that blue, he landed on the red. When Barry missed the red into the green, he landed on a red, didn't give him a chance. Just little things, but they can change in this best of 17, of course.
Yes, of course, and you know, I think you've got to look at it now and say, right, well, I'm 5-1 down. You know, Barry Hawkins now. At the start, if someone had said to him, right, at the end of the first session, we're going to give you a 5-3 lead, or do you want to take your chances, he'd have snapped your hands off.
Barry Hawkins 7.
So, you know, it's a great chance for Jack Lisowski. If he can pinch these 2 frames, and he go now into that mid-session interval at 5-3, he'll be more happier of the 2,
Can you bring that up, John?
because Barry Hawkins knows he's got a chance to put this match now completely away. 7-1, there's no way back for Jack Lisowski, really. So, still a lot of play left in this session.
That way a touch, Ben. Touch ball.
Just a second.
I mean, even if you got 1 frame, 6-2, okay, still a tall order, but
In towards the brown a touch.
you win 3 of the first 4 tonight, and then you're back in the match.
That's good, Ben.
Yeah, cheers.
Each frame as they come along, as we always say, you take 1 frame at a time.
Barry, thank you.
Don't think too far ahead.
Just bear with me a sec. I think it's a little bit closer to brown, isn't it? You couldn't see that much to it. Just let me have another check, so I do remember now the shot. Yeah? Barry? Thank you. Foul and a miss. Barry Hawkins 4.
Well, he's lining up for the red to the left centre, but it's a tricky pot, that one. He'd be more comfortable playing it to the left corner, the yellow pocket. But obviously left centre is a much easier pot. Yeah, it was just awkward queuing for him, wasn't it?
Safety play. Barry Hawkins has been exemplary. Yeah, when you get that cue ball tight,
Barry Hawkins 4.
to that ball cushion just makes it so much more difficult for your opponent. And more often than not today, Jack Lisowski has been down,
Sorry.
playing a lot of safety
Double
shots off
check
that
it.
back cushion.
John, can you bring it up for me, please?
It's looking good, Ben.
Looks good, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
No, this looks good. Good return. Okay, not on the back cushion, but pretty good. But he has left Barry a long pot into this bottom left corner pocket, and he's come down to have a look at the black is available into the right corner. Can also play up for pink or blue here as well. Yeah, he's playing it with top spin. Oh, a nice little kiss on the red as well. But good pot.
Six.
Yes, this final hasn't gone the way young Jack was hoping. So far, that is. He's had a long way to go. But I think he's going to need a little bit of help from his opponent to have any chance of getting back into this match. I was going to say he's going to have to rely on Barry starting to miss a few.
Six.
As far as Jack goes, that'll be a good start.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's going to curtail Barry a little bit is that he hasn't won a ranking tournament for quite a while. Oh, but
Thank you.
when you're missing shots like that, okay, it wasn't easy. He was going into reds. He was trying to develop something. But time and time again, he's handing up chances to Barry Hawkins.
One.
Just going to have to concentrate in on making sure of this blue. Cue ball's naturally going to run down this end of the table to a couple of loose reds. Just got to make sure of the pot. You've stayed down. So I think he's a little bit unsure when he first hit that
Six.
blue. He's followed the blue straight into the pocket. He'd love to be able to pot this red and just stand up to the side of the black.
Seven.
And all of a sudden, he's back in prime position.
He's got a lovely angle. He can just screw for the red or bring some reds into play if he likes. He just play it for the loose red.
Sorry, 14.
And this way has been
15.
excellent this afternoon. Just tidying up, picking off the reds. As I said, keeping a wonderful control on the cue ball.
22. $23. $30. $31.
Yeah, Black will put him 60 points in the lead, and still, well, at least 3 of those reds are potable. So he doesn't have to play any cannons, develop anything.
$38. $39. $46.
I think when he pots this red, I think that other red there you see into this bottom left corner pocket, he was just having a look at that, but I think it is available. Maybe red available into the right centre pocket as well.
$47.
He's played up for blue here, so he can tidy up the red in the bulk area. So 74 ahead, 75
52.
remaining. Looking very ominous for Jack Lisowski.
$53.
And if the bottom red of that little bunch is not available, he's certainly got a nice angle on the green. You can play into the reds, but I think it is available. Soon find out by that shot. And he's on it. Absolutely inch perfect. Great shot.
56. $57.
Yes, and there's one thing for certain, he's
64.
found his scoring boots today. Already
65.
runs of 64, 105, 67, 102, 46, 76. This has been a real show of power scoring this afternoon.
72. $73. $80. $81.
He'd love to go on now and make us another century this afternoon.
88.
shame the red didn't go in, but more important.
So, as has been discussed, Jack Lisowski desperately needs this final frame of this session. And he'll be happy with that one. That's a good start. He needs a slight pass to Brown, which he's done. Right then, young Jack. Let's see what you can do. Playing for the red just above the black. He's lost the cue ball a little bit. You'd have to say what an horrible shot this is to play when you're 6-1 behind. You're trying to get a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of head of steam. No surprises for me that he's missed that one. It's just not happening for him at the moment.
Yeah, just left himself a little bit to do. I think every shot now for Jack Lisowski is like a pressure shot almost. Desperately needs this frame to give himself some sort of hope for this evening. Looking a little bit despondent out there, the way things have gone this afternoon. Such a high last night, the way he played. Incredible last frame against John Higgins, that break he made, winning the bonus. And was the question, would it affect him? I didn't think it would, but obviously he's had some effect. I mean, Barry has played incredible stuff. I think the third frame of this afternoon session was a huge frame for both players. Barry pinched it, and then it's just gone on a run, but he's played so well, Barry. But Jack hasn't reached the heights from last night at all.
$16. $17.
On this half
24.
ball. A bit straighter than he'd have liked, but he won't have to do much with the cue ball.
$25.
If he'd been half ball, he'd have been able to push the red towards the corner pocket to have stayed on the pink, whereas he's going to be a little bit hampered now with his cue in. So he won't be able to do a lot with the cue ball other than make sure of the pink, try and push the other red out the way. He's played that again very, very well indeed. Barry Hawkins would love this session to continue.
31. Thank you. 32.
Well, there's this black a little bit straight. The angle is not perfect. Needs a better angle than that. So a bit of work to do with the cue ball here. Don't think he can generate enough pace in the cue ball that he can try and disturb something in the pack. But yeah, if he leaves the cue ball left or right of the blackie, he will have a pot on into the right centre, but certainly not easy. So this may be Jack Lisowski's
39.
possibly only chance of getting back to the table very quickly. This is far from easy, this pot. Yeah. And the cue ball's gone in off as well. So
Hawkins,
that makes a
39.
big difference.
Jack Lisowski 4.
A big difference. Lisowski getting plenty of encouragement. Yeah. Just the pace. Didn't want the cue ball going in off. Needs to find a bit of inspiration from somewhere, Jack Lisowski. He found it last night. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, he's left with a tricky enough black, but settled for that. No. Everything is difficult now. As I said, it's a pressure shot. Every shot he's playing.
Yeah, so he took the risk, really, Kennedy, with the red in the middle. He played a real positive shot to disturb all the reds. I mean, there's an argument to say he could have finished a little bit better on that black, but he could have finished on nothing as well. So it's just not happening. His opponent has played fantastic this afternoon. Put him under so much pressure. And like we said from his performance last night, it's always going to be hard to come out and play to the same standard, having been on such an high. But take nothing away from Barry Hawkins. He has played fantastic this afternoon. Well, he won't be happy with that one. That's one of the poorest shots he's played today. Obviously, he meant to slide past that red. He had a big area as well.
He's going to try and cut this red back into this bottom right corner pocket with an element of safety. Cue ball going back up into the bulk area. It's okay, I think. It is. It is okay. And the cue ball, if it slows down, it'll be nicely on the brown. He's okay. Pots this red going into the red, so I've just got to be careful. It's not 100% guaranteed to be on pink or black here. May play this with a bit of pace. Well, no, it wasn't guaranteed.
40.
I thought if he played it with pace that he would make sure that he'd be up off this top cushion. Played it the wrong way for me, so could always go wrong that way. But he'll put the green safe, I'm sure, get a little bit of extra insurance and keep the pressure on Jack Lisowski.
Barry Hawkins, 14.
What a great shot that is. Got the finish of edges there. Terrific shot. And I think Jack will be quite happy he's caught the yellow there. Otherwise that cue ball would have been in and out of bulk, I think, and would have left this much easier for Barry than he has. Such a great match player, Barry Hawkins. Knows when to push the boat out and when to close the shop. He's going to take no chances. He knows he's got this match now virtually at his mercy.
And a kiss on the green. Not getting this red safe. He's left Barry a chance of a pot here, and he's got enough angle where he can avoid the black and reds. No problem. No problem. Ooh, that little kiss on the pink hasn't left him on a colour nicely. The obvious shot would play the yellow and get the cue ball right in behind the green, but he wants to leave the yellow there. He wants to leave it in a safe place. So he may put the green safe. Yeah, just push it up the cushion.
By Hawkins, 1.
Go for this red to the right corner. There's a shot to nothing. Stick that cue ball back in behind the brown. Just caught it a little bit thicker than he'd have liked. He's still got a great cue ball. And that's what happens when you're playing very well. You get the little rubs of the green. Awkward cue in now for Jack Lisowski.
Well, there's nothing he could do there, but just played a containing safety shot. He knew he was going to leave Barry one of these, but red into the left centre. This red just blow the black into the left corner. Sort of in a way doesn't really like taking these reds on. He's got a very commanding position. He doesn't want to take undue necessary risks, but he might be forced into taking it on. There's not much of a better option for him, but this is missable. No, good shot. Lovely shot. He's making those shots look very easy indeed. 46-point lead, just the black to leave Jack Lisowski needing a snooker yet again. And it's there. Well, it looks for all money now. It's going to be 7-1.
8.
The red is in, and that will stop Jack Lisowski coming back to the table. And well, Darren, what a tall order Jack Lisowski has. But what a wonderful session of snooker that Barry Hawkins has played. He's been the consummate match player.
16.
Wonderful breaks as well. 2 centuries, 88, 76, 67.
70.
It's been a wonderful session, hasn't it?
Absolutely. He's played as good as I've seen him play for a very, very long time. He's only a couple of frames away
24.
now from winning this year's Welsh Open. I'm sure he can't wait to get his hands on that
25.
lovely Ray Raiden trophy. Not a right Jack Lisowski, totally off just yet, but it's going to take a lot.
The handshake is coming.
Today would have thought this had been a lot closer than this, Ken. But, well, Jack's got it all to do.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be very disappointed with how he played today. But like everything else, John, you just got to take one frame at a time. He's got to win all four. There's no doubt about that. But start with a single step and see where it takes you. And don't give it easy. Barry's going to win it and make him work for it. But, wow, how well he played this afternoon, John. He was in exemplary form.
Yeah, I think he's been very impressive all week. There was, you know, there's been the odd little session where he's not scored as heavily as he may have liked, but not many. And he was involved in, for me, the best tournament, the best match of the tournament with the match he had with Mark Williams, which was incredible standard. But he's been really good all week. Looked very focused. And he scored certainly very heavily today. 105, 67, 102, 76, 88. That'll get the job done.
It's going to hit the pink, is it? And it's going to leave
Foul.
Jack Lisowski a chance. This is what he
Jack
wanted.
Lisowski 6.
Nice, easy opener. Size break. Only 48 in the first session, Jack Lisowski. And as the guy said in the studio just before that, he can produce some of the form that he showed last night and how well he played against John Higgins in that semi-final. It was incredible stuff. He can win frames, John, can't he? So quickly, you know, 7, 8, 9 minutes.
Absolutely. I mean, the 3 frames to go in front of John last night were just incredible. There's an attempt to split the pack. A pretty good one at that.
6.
Quite a tough pot, this. Queuing wise. Played well.
7.
I'm sure the packed
Can you
auditorium.
please make sure all mobiles are switched off, please?
Looking forward to a few frames this evening. I say this venue's been absolutely brilliant all week, wonderfully attended. I'd like to see a few more frames in this final.
Yeah, without doubt. And if he can start off well, he'll certainly get plenty of encouragement, that's for sure. And that can help. It looks like the black pot's into the left corner. Play on that now.
10.
And if he's got an angle, he may be able to brush the red just to the right of the black, just into a potable position as well. Yeah, that's okay. He'll play the bottom red now.
17.
Yeah, now play this and play a little screw cannon into the pack and hold for the red. You can obviously just pop this and drop on that red, but try and bring a few more reds into play would be handy. Not come out as intended, but that'll do.
25.
What did we say, Ken? He needed a fast start.
Well, it looks like his arm is freed up a little bit. So if he can
33.
start quickly, win a frame in one visit.
34.
It's a long way back, but you got to give yourself a chance. And you never know. I don't think any best of 17, anybody's come back from 7-1 deficit, but it's happened in best of 19.
41.
But so far, so good.
42.
Yeah, also important if he can win in this visit that he does it at a point where Barry's not coming to the table. Just keep him off, keep him cold. Don't let him have any pots at all. Yeah, he's just debating here whether to pot this and go into the cluster of the reds. He's got a couple he can play on. I don't really see a downside to this if you play topspin. Go into that pack. There you go. You're always going to land on the bottom one. So that was definitely the right shot.
49. 50.
Yeah, and he played it beautifully, didn't he? It was just absolutely perfect. Right pace, got the right connection. And this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Jack Lisowski.
57. 58.
Just a misplace. Safety shot from Barry Hawkins, trying to lay into the side of the reds. That's all it was.
65.
And 5 minutes later, frame is over.
Yeah, I think Barry would have
66.
been expecting something, Ken, wouldn't he? Coming here this evening, there's bound to be some sort of reaction.
73.
Round of applause for getting over the winning line. But as I said earlier, just make sure you
74.
try and knock these all in. Keep Barry off the table.
That's an interesting little stat. 14 seconds, 13 seconds now, average shot time.
81. 82.
Does hit the ball so sweetly, doesn't he? Makes the game, when he's in full flow like this, he just makes the game look so easy.
I don't think there's any argument that if you're looking at top 3 natural talent players,
87.
he's probably right in there. I'll give you a very good
88.
argument that he is. Just everything comes so easy to him. It's usually not the difficult stuff with Jack that's the problem. It's the mundane that he doesn't quite think is important enough. But
94.
a couple of odd safeties here and there that don't get the due care and attention, because the hard part, which is
95.
potting and break building, he finds very easy.
Black for the century. Oh, come on, get in there. It wriggled a little bit, but the crowd love the century. What a start.
103.
Needs to spin and get by that yellow.
110.
It's okay, you can pot it into the green and play maybe off 3 cushions here. Didn't expect it like that.
112.
Well, that was careless.
Don't think it's there, but what a wonderful start. But what that frame was from Jack Lisowski was 8.5 minutes of pure talent. Boy, did he run around the table. Some great shots in it. Massive ask to, at the moment, make the scoreline look respectable, but a few more of those and it'll soon change. Well, that's an excellent break from Barry.
It's got to miss the brown when it has done. Well, it's just grazed off the brown, but a wonderful return of safety. He knew he was splitting the reds, and he had to be careful that he didn't knock a red towards a corner pocket, but he's got a really good cue ball. Excellent return.
Yeah, look at the way those reds are spread as well. Reds are spread all over the table. One mistake, and it looks like a very good scoring opportunity. So better be careful.
unfortunate. He was playing a pot come safety, but he wasn't expecting the cue ball to go near the brown there. But he'll take it.
Come on, Ken. You're not called crafty for nothing. Fan is away out of this one.
It's got to be 2 cushions, isn't it? One of these reds just left of the black. No, he's going to play him, try and drop on this red just to the left.
Oh, and a miss.
Oh,
Hawkins foot.
he's got a good line though. No damage done.
Brown, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Should have had another Weetabix.
Yeah, sorry. Got it.
Yeah, so it'll be attempt 2 at exactly the same shot. Just a little bit harder. Should be fine. Yeah, well done.
What a beautiful view from the back of the venue Cymru here. Beautiful town of Llandudno. What wonderful crowds we've had all week. It's incredible atmosphere. All the players have really enjoyed it. So good to see, isn't it, John?
Yeah, it's brilliantly attended. The crowds outside, the queues down the street, people waiting to get in. And Jack's absolutely itching to take this long red on. And now we've got to face the consequences. First glance, maybe nothing obvious.
Yeah, nothing potable into this bottom right corner. Nothing available into the right centre. No, you've got away with that slightly. Not quite sure where you can take this. This red is potable up into the yellow pocket, but where is he gonna? What colour is he gonna play on?
Yeah, just wonder, can he sneak past that red that's above it and play the one in the middle now? On the left-hand side, doesn't maybe enough. He's not looking at it. Not that it's an easy pot. Obviously, he's not fancying that one. It mustn't be on. Yeah, he's just looking to see if he can just drop the cue ball up near this left-hand side here. He'll cover the bottom red. That's the one he's worried about, cutting back into the other corner. Which is why he's taking a bit of time.
Well, I wonder, is he contemplating this plant? Wow, this would be very risky indeed. A lot of distance between the two reds. Trying to play it with an element of safety, but that was tough and very hard to get safe. The red is going towards the yellow pocket. Is it going in? Oh, wow. Very risky from Barry Hawkins. Very surprised to take that on. Wow, what an opportunity. He would love to be on the red into the right centre, but the blue is covering that. Look at this. Look at the distance between the two reds. But this red, okay, it's unmissable, but getting on a colour. He's got to avoid yellow and brown. He's got to try and get it out above that ball line. As you look, it's not too bad. He'll settle for it. He's got the yellow into the... Could have been nicer. The brown is potable as well.
Yeah, you have to say that if Jack is going to come back in this match, he's going to need a bit of help from his opponents. He's going to have to play brilliant. And he's going to have a good run of the balls. And he's certainly just had one there. Already missed and went into all the reds and not left
3.
anything. It was a big help to him.
4.
So if he can capitalise, another frame on the board fairly quickly, you would think. Good idea to take this red, get the blue on its spot.
7.
He'd like to get rid of, well, there's a
8.
couple of reds left and right of the black, just so he can open up the black into one of those corner pockets at some stage. That's what he's contemplating right now. How am I going to develop this little break here? He's got to keep it simple though, hasn't he? These first few shots. Keep it simple. Keep that cue ball under control.
$13. 14.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's perfect on the blue or not, but he's also always got that insurance policy of that red up near the yellow if he come up a bit short. But it looks like he's got a little bit just to go through.
$19. 20.
Yeah, didn't go in the middle of the pocket, but he's okay. Nice angle on the blue to get down for one of these reds just around the pink spot area.
25. 26.
Yeah, he's taken these nicely so far, and of course he'll love to get rid of that red that's actually either near the pink spot. And once he does that, then he can pot the pink and get it back on its spot.
31.
This makes the break that bit easier. A little bit congested there.
32.
The table will look a lot nicer after this goes in the middle.
$38. 39.
Yeah, didn't hit that as clean as he would like, but he could play on the red beside the yellow this time because the angle is taking him that way. You saw from that little, when the pink went in, those two reds just beneath the pink pot into the bottom right corner pocket. That helps as well. There you go.
$46.
Yeah, got a massive area to play in here because he's got at least 3 reds he can play on.
$51.
He's got to be very careful now. He's getting to a point where he's nearly over the line in his frame.
52.
Yeah, just hasn't got the cue ball under complete control just yet. There's a few shots. He's just overhit, underhit. Cue ball just running away. One good positional shot here. I must say the balls are going right into the heart of the pocket, John. And it's a good sound, good sign for Jack Lisowski.
54.
Playing very freely. Yeah, I might not like Dominic's stat very much, but he did make a very good
55.
point. Talking about Jack Lisowski's playing with a lot of freedom at the moment because, you know, you'd be thinking you'd start in the evening session but not much of a chance of winning, so pressure comes off a little bit. It'll only be if he gets close later on and it'll come back on him, but at the moment His cue action is very fluent, and he's hitting it beautifully.
57.
Oh, that was a lovely shot. Beautiful positional shot.
58.
And it'll just make Barry think a little bit more. That was a very rash shot for him, that plant. Didn't have to take it on. He could have played a little containing safety shot, being a bit more patient like he was today, but this was
64.
2 or 3 and 10 shot that.
65.
And he's being punished heavily. This is great stuff. What a start from Jack Lisowski. Exactly what he needed. Still an awful long way to go, but as I say, every great journey begins with
72.
that first step, and he's taken a couple of really
73.
very quick steps in his first couple of frames. Brilliant stuff.
$80. $81.
Beautiful bit of cue, and look at that with reverse side. That's a right hand side, widen the angle off that cushion. Beautiful shot.
90.
What a start. Century in the first frame, 112.
93.
Can he make another one?
Yeah, this is very similar to that burst of 3 frames last night against John Higgins. Very similar standard. One of the players on the
97.
circuit that can do this to you in such a short space of time. Well, he's played too badly here, Barry, and he's lost 2 frames already. Excellent from Jack Lisowski.
Yeah, and just 8 minutes. You can't do that, Jack. You can do most things on a single time, but you can't do that. But he won't be. Yeah, last frame before the interval, and yeah, what a massive frame. Well, for both players, for different reasons. And it's not a great break off. He's left a long red, and cue ball not close enough to that ball cushion. And he's saying them. He's saying them now. The cue ballers are going to slow up before the ball line. Needs to slow up. Oh, it's unlucky. Great pot. It's amazing, isn't it? Just one extra roll of the ball.
Rambo.
Scuppered his chance. Here we go again.
Jack Lisowski 1. Foul, a miss. Jack Lisowski 7. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Foul and a miss. Jack Lisowski 4. Right.
Yeah, the worst thing that can happen for Barry here, he doesn't mind the points, but he doesn't want to leave a potable red. He's got to be careful. That red is closest to the black. He doesn't want to just promote that a little bit so it's available into that left centre. This looks quite slow as well, and wide. Now, is this red available
miss.
into
Jack
the left
Lisowski
centre?
four.
Oh, check. He hasn't even come down. Is it available? I think it was, John. I think it was potable, and Jack didn't have a look at it. What a slice of luck there. Didn't see that plant, but he'll take it.
Oh, that's a monster. That's an absolute monster fluke. And perfect position because he hit it so poorly. I mean, that was cue ball was supposed to be in the balk area, past those colours. Because he mishit it, there was no pace on the cue ball, and it's finished perfect on the colour. That could be very, very important, that fluke.
6.
8-4 or 7-5. Massive difference.
Yeah, and he's got a few loose reds to play with here, hasn't he?
11.
It's quite nice, this table, to come to. Accumulate a good few points before you even contemplate splitting
12.
any reds or developing any reds. He's just overshot the cue ball just a little bit there for comfort. Would have liked to be a little bit straighter on it, because there's 2 reds available to the right of that pack into the left corner. And that's the 2 he's playing on now. He hasn't gone too far and just about controlled
70.
that beautifully.
Yeah, played that very nicely, Ken, didn't he? That was a really confident strike.
$18.
Quite into that cue ball enough there. Done with another couple of inches
24.
on the screw back. So I may have to take the one on the right hand side. He was playing on the other one.
$25.
Yeah, all Jack can do is sit and hope. He's been on a good roll this evening. 3 frames, 2 rapid, 1 hard match play frame, won them all. But that fluke from Barry Hawkins could be very important. If he plays off the green here, the red that's near the pink is probably easy to get on, but you can get on the red at the bottom of the cluster there if you play off the top cushion, side cushion. This is what he's played. Yeah, played it well.
30.
Yeah, played it nicely. Still got a bit of work to do with the cue ball. I don't think he's going to play for black here. So back up for blue. You see a lot of left-hand side on the cue ball.
31.
Yeah, the game can be cruel at times, can't it? You're doing all that you can to try and get yourself back into the game, and there's nothing you can do about your opponent fluking a red and landing perfect on a ball colour. You got to sit and wait, suffer, hope. And here's the fluke again, playing a safety shot. Well, watch where the red comes out of. And perfect on the brown.
$35.
Yeah, nicely played again. Pace, correct side of the blue. And if he was having a little internal wobble with his opponent coming back, he seems to have recovered here. Taking these nicely. Cue ball's been good.
$41.
I think you play for the red that's closest to this bottom right corner pocket. Just bring that cue ball down just left of the black, close to the top cushion. Leave himself a nice pathway. Just pace this. Well, he's played it perfectly. Nice angle as well. And of course,
46.
when he pots this red, the red to the right of the black will be released and be potable into the same pocket. Got to get top side
47.
once again, and he has. That's the key to this break, isn't it? Being John, every time he hasn't really landed straight on the blue, he's got the right side of it every time.
Yeah, which is always for me, a telltale sign whether the player's feeling confident or not. Quitting on those or hitting them too hard is usually
52.
a giveaway. But not here. Barney Hawkins has taken this break very well. He looks like he's got the perfect angle just to drop this in, and a little cannon up into the cluster. And all he's looking for really is a good split.
I think that's Jack's only hope. That if he does decide to split, there is one red. The red on the left, extreme left of the bunch, does pot into the left centre. He's had a look at it.
53.
He may play on it. Well, he's going to play on it now because he's pretty straight on the black. But that's the only red that's potable. And that's possibly Jack's only chance of coming back to the table. If he doesn't get on this right, misses it. This could be the key shot. Red
60.
and black required. And it's not easy, this.
Brilliant shot. Brilliant shot. And there may have been a fluke at the start of this, but the rest of it's been absolute quality from Barry Hawkins. Considering the circumstances of what's happened earlier this evening, this has been a great show. Gravity took it over.
68.
Talk about making sure of the black. No attempt to even contemplate going into the reds. Okay, his opponent needs a snooker, but could rue that choice, you know. try and knock the black safe here. Yeah,
Barry
put it on
Hawkins,
the top cushion.
68.
Not a bad choice. Well played.
Yeah, that was an excellent visit. Good shot from Jack. I think Barry can just sneak past the green and get the edge. Yes, he can.
Okay, he puts one long red, he'd be on the pink. If he gets 2 reds, 2 pinks, he'll need 1 4-point snooker. But of course, he needs that black out at some stage. Lovely.
Wow.
That's a start. So he still has his chance. And he may key the last red on the table.
Seven. Eight.
Yeah, it was quite a clever little shot Barry played before, chipping that black to the top cushion, because not only did Jack not play on it, it's actually one of the balls, main balls you play for snookers behind.
14.
Tried to
Jack
screw in
Lisowski,
behind the pink.
14.
Not to be. May even be a pop for Barry here.
Yeah, I think he might have tried to knock the black out there, John, off one cushion. Looks good. Very, very good indeed. So that will secure this frame for Barry Hawkins, one that he desperately needed to stop the momentum from Jack Lisowski. It all came from a fluke, did the damage. But he won't be worried about that. Jack has already conceded.
Thank you very much, Catherine. Yep, that was a huge frame, it goes without saying. The last one, that fluke was massive. Barry took them very well afterwards, but it looked like a real momentum stopper. But whilst you're still in, you have to keep the faith.
You please
Yeah,
make
not
sure your
as,
mobiles are on
intended,
silent,
but-
please.
Well, Jack will definitely be taking this red on. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful strike.
Five. Six.
Yeah, we sometimes say on the commentary that when it's this sort of situation, someone coming back and trying to come back in a match, they've got to play no miss snooker. You feel that's the situation Jack's in here, and of course he'd need a little bit of help from his opponent.
11. 12.
Yeah, that was a better shot than it looked. Had a little bit more angle than he wanted. Couldn't hit that any harder. And now he's left this low. So when he pots this red, he'll be bringing others into play. It's just about
19.
Just about the cannon here. Can you make sure that you pot the red and you don't stick near the cushion? But you've got to pot the red.
Jack Lisowski, 19.
Well, the bad news is he's missed the red. And the good news is he's left a bit of a stinker, because this red that's near the top cushion, you've got to play with pace to get out, to get on the black. And these aren't easy.
It's very straight as well, isn't it, this red? But I don't think Barry would feel that he's likely to miss the pot no matter what pace he plays it at. But how does he get this cue ball out for a colour?
One.
Yep, and that was your problem. As I say, Jack, very poor miss from Jack. Where he finished, it wasn't the worst. Not that Barry could do there. And there's not much you can do here either. Only the black ball he can see.
Barry Hawkins, 1.
Problem is, the situation Jack Lisowski finds himself in, 8-4 behind at the point of no return, he's likely to take on all sorts of pots, so Barry will be very, very careful not to leave a pot of some sort on. It's easy enough for Jack to play off the red closer to the black spot and leave the cue ball in a very similar position to where it is now. It would be perfectly safe. It looks as though he's trying to find something that's maybe a little more extravagant than that.
Yeah, sometimes the obvious is the right thing to do. And I don't quite know where he's looking for the cue there. Now, as he left a pot in the middle pocket on that red, it's not easy, but I'm pretty sure Barry will take it. So after all that deliberation, I don't quite know why he played the shot the way he did.
Oh, I'm sure Barry will fancy potting this red if it keeps a straight line, though, because he won't be playing it with much pace. He's just got to hope that this red holds a true course.
Yeah, I didn't see him missing that. Potted some cracking pots in that middle pocket in this match alone, but wasn't anything to do with the cue ball. So it's turned out all right for Jack.
1.
the red that Barry missed, and I'm sure he'd be very surprised
5.
that he didn't pot that. That red certainly did not roll off. It was just
6.
set off line by Barry immediately. He struck it, and the black available now. And if you Barry Hawkins, you do not expect to come back to the table here now.
$13. 14.
I agree with you. Funny thing is with the psychology of the scoreboard, 8-5 doesn't seem so bad for Barry Hawkins. But when someone goes 8-6, if he can get there, it starts
18.
to look a little bit twitchy.
$19. $23. 24. $31. 32.
Not much more to do here to have this frame wrapped up. It's a funny game, snooker. Sometimes you can play one of your best shots of the match and someone knocks one in off the ball cushion and clears up. And other times you don't play a great
37.
shot and you're straight back to the table because Jack Lisowski's safety wasn't brilliant. But Barry Hawkins' attempt in the middle
38.
stuck him straight back in.
Well, that pink now means that
44.
Barry Hawkins requires a snooker, but I'll be surprised. Gets the chance to play for an
45.
What you can say is, as the packed auditorium looks on, he's put up a very good show this evening, Jack. Bit of a horror story this afternoon to be 7-1 behind. But he showed very good character
52.
and battling abilities, aside from his undoubted talent this evening.
53.
And he's making a very good fist of making it hard for Barry Hawkins to get over the line. Won't be too bothered about that. That's another.
Good chance there to win the frame and the match.
Well, there's an unusual break-off. No attempt whatsoever to play around the angles with side. Barry must be fed up of leaving the red out, so just played a plain ball break-off there. Yep, not one you see every day, that.
Yes, that break-off shot was pioneered by Joe Davis in the 1950s. It was actually known as the Joe Davis club break. But it's not the first time we've seen Barry use that break-off shot today.
Yeah, sometimes the players don't feel as if they can get enough side on the cue ball, or the cushions slide when they're new, so they can't get the cue ball in behind where they want, so they change the break off. Not quite what he wanted it. He had to sneak in behind the green there, but Not much Barry really can do it. He won't play off the side of the pack. That red on the right hand side is blocking the path back, so it'll be a thin one. So 2 in the middle, so played that nicely.
What an extraordinary pot from Jack Lisowski. I mean, the fact that he took that on surprised me. And I was even more surprised he knocked it in, because how many out of 10 would you pot of these? What a
Green
pot.
ball.
That's the sort of pot that will
Jack
perturb
Lisowski
anybody.
Yeah. Seems a shame he only got 1 point for it. Was that good? But this shouldn't be a problem for Barry. Into the side of the pack. Now, the only thing is, he has left Jack a pot up into the yellow pocket. And the way he's been potting this evening, very good chance it's going in.
Well, we couldn't see the red as it approached the pocket. Jack was in the way, but I thought it was in. And I think Jack did.
Yeah, purposely played that shot to get in behind the brown.